In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up the right type of campaign structure in Meta to get the highest quality leads and appointments for your business. First, we'll start by hitting this create button in the top left corner. This is going to sound counterintuitive, but from here, you're going to select sales. Do not select leads. We've tested this and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars comparing these two, and every time creating a conversion event within the sales objective always outperforms the leads objective. This is when comparing the quality of appointments coming in and also the consistency when it comes to performance. So first, we're going to select sales, continue. We're going to select manual sales campaign, continue. So let's just call this is going to be for My Roofing Connect. So MRC dash, it's a conversions campaign, and we're going to make this an ABO campaign. You don't have to name it exactly like this. This is just how I like to say organized. As we scroll down here, we want to disable the catalog option. We are not running catalog ads at all. Then we want to go to next. For the sake of this specific campaign, we're going to create a broad audience, meaning no targeting. This specifically works really well for local businesses. For nationwide businesses, we usually are using interest when it comes to generating leads because the quality is typically a bit higher. But when you use an interest on a local level, most interests do not have enough people in your specific city for it to make sense. And therefore, your cost per appointment is usually significantly higher. So for most local businesses, we would use broad, and I will show you how we do this. So we're going to call it broad. We're only driving people to the website. So you want it to be on the website setting. Max number of conversions. This is the name of our pixel. The conversion event. This is different too. You probably haven't seen people do this. You can choose anything in here and make it the event that is triggered when you get a lead. These events literally mean nothing other than you are training the algorithm to repeat that action and find that type of person repeatedly. We typically use complete registration. You don't have to use the same one. This is the one that we prefer using, complete registration. And that's whether we're optimizing for leads for a client or for optimizing for appointments. So we're going to do complete registration. You will have to set up this conversion. You're going to hit the setup conversion button, track conversions with standard events. So as we scroll down here, we're going to find that complete registration. Conversion value. I typically put this at $50, depending what an appointment is worth to you. But I typically put it at $50 and just put USD down here for the currency. Because if you ever want to transition your bidding over to using a target ROAS bid, you can, because you're actually adding value into these appointments. So as we scroll down here, so what we want to do is copy and paste this code right here, and we need to put it on the thank you page. So after someone, if you're optimizing for leads, this is going to be your lead event, and you will put it on the thank you page in your website, in the header of the thank you page that people are taken to after they fill out the lead form on your website or the contact form. For our situation, we're optimizing for appointments. So after someone books an appointment, when they are taken to the thank you page, this code will be on the header on that thank you page and will trigger this event. So for us, these completed registrations mean appointments. For you, they could mean leads. It's totally up to you which you would like to optimize for. We almost always optimize for appointments over leads just because they're typically higher quality. So you would copy this code and you would add it to the header on your website. One other thing that you need to add to every page of your website is the base code. I go back here. If you click this number 1 here, you can see the base code. So you would copy this Facebook base code and put it on every single page of your website in the header. Also a good idea to turn on the automatic matching here. So if you turn that on, then you would copy this code, add it into the header of every single page of your website, and then On that thank you page, manually add code event right here. So on that thank you page, that is where you would, in addition to that base code, you would add this code here. We're going to do the same thing, $50 USD. And then you would copy this event code and you would put it right below that base code on that thank you page. Okay, that is how to properly set up the tracking for any type of website that is optimizing for leads or appointments. So we're going to keep going here. We set our budget at $25 a day. If it's halfway through the day, I would say if it's anytime after 9 or 10 o'clock, I would set this for tomorrow. So we're just going to set it at midnight. So that way your ad does not get approved, at 9 p.m. tonight and just blow through your entire budget without any results. So giving it the best chance by being able to spend over the course of a full day starting tomorrow. So as we scroll down here, so for this campaign, we're going to switch to an original audience. So switch to original audience. Instead of using Advantage Plus audience, we're just using an original audience. We're scrolling back down. So the age depends on what you're offering. So let's start with the location. So for us, we are doing a 60-mile radius of Nashville and a 20-mile radius of Murfreesboro. So if you're a local business, this could work for you too. So we're going to use the add locations and bulk button down here. So cities. So we're going to start with Facebook only does a 50-mile radius. So that will have to work for us for here. So we're going to start with Nashville, match location, Nashville, Tennessee. So we want to remove these. Should have clarified the Tennessee part. Add one location. So 50-mile radius of Nashville. You could also just manually add him in here too as well, and then change the mile radius afterwards. So Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And then we're going to change this to a 20-mile radius. Okay. So we have our two locations, 50-mile radius in Nashville, 20-mile radius in Murfreesboro. If you're doing a nationwide offer, you would just enter United States. For age, if we're going after homeowners in this situation on Google, you really don't have to worry about this as much because you are targeting people based on what they're searching. With Facebook, people have not specifically searched for this service. So for something that's higher priced, we typically start at the age closer to 25 years old. So for this offer, we ideally want homeowners. So we're going to do 25 to 65 years old. We're going to do all genders. For lead gen, we usually see much better quality. Unless your company's bilingual speaking, we normally see much better quality by targeting English. It can be a little more expensive, but the quality is much higher. So we're going to add English onto the targeting. Everything else we are leaving exactly the same. And then to our ad, this is going to be just our video ad 1.1. You can title these however you want. I typically will have a video ad 1.1 and then I'll do different variations. So 1.2, 1.3. Once I have a new video, I'll do a video ad 2.1, or you can do 2.0, whatever makes more sense to you. So we're going to scroll down here. Ignore the catalog section. We are not using a catalog ad at all when it comes to this. So we're going to go to add media. I already have some videos in here. I'm going to select this video. Next. We usually will keep all these settings on original for the dimensions. All optimizations on. So your thumbnail is pretty crucial when it comes to the performance. We're going to hit edit video, edit media, and then edit video. And then we're going to go to the thumbnail. So you want to ideally pick the one that has, if it shows your offer, great. Ideally, the most engaging expression. Think, what would you click on? And so I actually go through each one of these just to in-person roof assessment. Like, what is the clearest explanation of what we're offering? So I like this one. I like that it actually says roof assessment twice on there. So there's not much room. So, I mean, it has, twice the chance of getting someone's attention that is looking for a roof. So when it comes down to our primary text here, so let's kind of work backwards here. Let's work with the headline. Typically in your headline, the clearer the offer that you are offering, the better. And so most of the time we see putting the offer as the headline significantly outperform just putting the service that you offer. Like if you just put Nashville roofing, we don't see that work as well as if you guys are offering like a free roof assessment. We don't see it working as well as doing something along the lines of literally just putting free roof assessment. And then for the description here, using something that builds authority and trust usually works really well, especially when it comes to local services. So we're going to copy in here just these 5-star emojis, 5,000 plus reviews. If you have less reviews, feel free to add those. You can put it down to 500 or 100 plus 5-star reviews. For the primary text, I'm going to show you the general layout that we typically start with. So this says homeowners. If your roof looks weathered or in need of replacement, take advantage of our free in-person roof assessment. Click below to schedule your free roof assessment today. Very short, right to the point, crystal clear. So we're addressing who the person is, whether that's homeowners or moms. Maybe your avatar doesn't have a title. You can still call them out by addressing the issue. Like if your back is in pain and you're in need of relief, if you're a chiropractor, maybe it's not a homeowner. Maybe it's just a specific city that you are selling them in. It may be, Nashville residents. If your teeth hurt and are in, and it's been a hot minute since you've been to the dentist, listen up. I've got something for you, and then you can go into your copy. But for here, we're addressing who the person is. And we could even get more specific. We could say Nashville area homeowners. Even better. Nashville area homeowners. If your roof looks weathered or in need of replacement, take advantage of our free in-person roof assessment. Click below to schedule your free roof assessment today. Very clear offer of exactly what we're offering. And if we look at the headline, free roof assessment, and then the description, 5,000 5-star reviews. You could even just put exclusive to Nashville residents or attention homeowners. Those approaches work really well as well. So as we scroll down more, we usually keep all of the enhancements on. We're going to paste in our URL that we're sending people to. So this is our landing page. And then now we can see it populate with the headline and the description. We don't want the calls on. We're leaving those disabled. We're just sending people to our website or to our funnel with that one goal in mind. Again, these platforms work great if you give them one specific goal, whether that's generate leads or generate appointments. And the quality is always going to be significantly higher if you generate those leads on your website compared to using something like lead forms. I strongly suggest against them. We've spent hundreds of thousands on both, and it is a huge difference when it comes to quality. So we've got the right pixel selected here, and then we're going to hit publish. Publish without adjustments for this specific campaign. This is trying to get us to expand our audience. We are not going to do that here. Publish without adjustments. So now that our campaign is published, we're going to click inside of the campaign down to the ad set level. So we see broad right here. Let's even rename this. It's called broad video 1.1. So we typically like to start off with one video and anywhere from 1 to 5 images, depending on what you have available to you. So we're going to duplicate this ad set, duplicate with current settings. We want to leave it exactly as it is. All we're going to do is we're going to swap out the video for an image ad. So this is just going to be called image 1.1. So with videos, we typically see vertical videos work best. With images, we typically see square images work best for images. So we're going to scroll down here, delete the video. It's as simple as add media, add image. If you need to upload, you can upload more. We already have some images in here. So let's just upload this image. This is a good image. Original, original, original. Again, we always keep the optimizations on. One thing you do want to watch out for, if this campaign does try to add, if by chance your ad account is connected to catalogs like ours are connected to some, then you would want to remove these in order to ensure that it is not pulling in any catalog ads and running them in addition to the ad that we're creating here. So we want no catalog ads running at all. So Facebook just recently, or Meta just recently, added this to the ad section. Normally you just control this on the campaign and ad set level. So something to watch out for is you want to make sure that you keep an eye out for the catalog section on the ad level now. And this is essentially it. So the same copy, same headline. Everything else remains exactly the same. And if you're wondering what these are all suggestions that Facebook is giving you for other copy. You can use these. We don't typically, but I have seen people use them and have seen them work well. So we typically like to come up with our own, or we'll use ChatGPT occasionally as well if we need some ideas. But yeah, so we're just gonna hit publish. And now we have one campaign, but we have two different ad sets within it, running at $25 each. One has our video, one has our image. One thing to keep in mind here is because we set our campaign up differently to get higher quality leads and appointments, what we want to view here are completed applications, or applications completed. So we're going to go into here and customize these columns. This is already a custom column of mine. We're going to hit customize columns. And we will no longer be looking for appointments or leads. So we'll be looking at completed. Oh, sorry. Yeah, registrations completed. So how many of them, and then the cost per registration completed. Again, for you, and you can deselect these. These will either be your leads or appointments. I strongly suggest optimizing for appointments. They're usually significantly higher quality with just about any funnel that we run. So I'm going to apply, replace. And now you can see, so when you see a registration completed, that will be your lead or appointment based on however your website is set up. So whatever that main action that you're having people take when they get to your website is. And this will be your cost per registration. So it'd either be your cost per lead or cost per appointment, depending, again, how your website or funnel is set up. But yeah, that in short, this is how I would set it up for local ads. And if you're wanting to scale your budget, so one thing to keep in mind, there are still times to use higher budgets in Facebook, but for specifically local lead gen, local appointment setting, either way, if you're a local business, even nationwide, we are still seeing much lower cost per leads and cost per appointments by just duplicating our campaigns. So literally, if you wanted your budget to be $250 a day, you would hit duplicate, and you would duplicate this, duplicate with current settings. You would duplicate this 5 times. Duplicate, publish. So we're running an ABO campaign. Each of these ad sets has their own budget. Essentially, all you would do is continue to duplicate in order to scale your budget more and more. We're seeing this work very effectively on accounts that are spending anywhere from $50 a day upwards of $10,000 to $20,000 per day. For accounts that are spending $20,000 a day, most of our ad sets are running closer to $200 to $250. But in the majority of accounts, we really have the ad sets on anywhere from $15 to $25 per ad set. Every account responds differently to the ad set daily spend. So I would experiment with that. Try them at $10, try them at $15, try them at $20, try them at $25. See what's giving you the best cost per result. And then basically you just start duplicating like crazy as you want to increase your spend. This is working very effectively for us when it comes to really any type of business that is looking to generate leads or appointments. I will say here, so we're going to go back to the campaign level now. I'm going to duplicate this campaign. So this is, we'll just say that this is for local, this is a local business approach because we did broad audiences. You can do broad audiences for nationwide offers, even for high ticket offers, but you have the advantage of being able to use interest, which typically give higher quality when you're running nationwide. So I will say this, I'm going to come back to this local. So this local campaign, if your business has anything to do with life events, I do see that working really well on a local level. So if there's like upcoming birthdays, that is an option that you can choose from in the interest. If you go into interest, you can target people with upcoming birthdays, upcoming anniversaries, upcoming weddings, you're just in a new relationship, whatever it is. So if your offer can tie into those in any way, then I have seen that work really well. So like if you're a hotel that specializes in, anniversaries for couples, then I would absolutely target upcoming anniversaries. That you may only need to target upcoming anniversaries for your entire business. But a lot of service-based businesses and stuff like that, it wouldn't necessarily make sense for that to be your interest. Okay, going back to the campaign. So we're going to duplicate this campaign, current settings, continue, duplicate. So we're just going to call this a nationwide offer. So this could be, you have a high ticket offer, you have an advertising agency, it can really be anything. Maybe you do roofing, but it's nationwide. So everything is going to look just about the same, but the great thing is, click inside of this. The great thing is you can target interest because some of these interests only have a couple 100,000 people. The moment that you only target it on a local level, most of the time there's not enough people for Facebook to even target. It may be 500 people, or 800 people in your area, which Facebook will burn through in, within a few dollars of spend. And so it just won't make sense for most situations to use interest on a local level. But when you're on a national level, it almost always makes sense to use interest and or a combination of broad audience as well. Just to simplify, I'm going to ignore that some of these are images and some of these are videos. If you were really trying to simplify this, you can put the image and the video inside of one ad set and then just have that one ad set be one interest. So I'll even show you a quick way to do that. So go inside of the video here. I'm going to hit Command C. So I copy it. You can even hit, I never use this version, but the drop down, you can hit copy here. And then we're going to go into, I'm just going to rename this for a second. So we're going to say interest 1. And then same thing, hit this little drop down, paste. Publish without adjustments. Just to simplify, we're going to go into this campaign. I'm going to delete everything other than this one ad set that has our image ad and video ad in it already. I'm going to double check that these both look correct before we start duplicating them. So I'm going to scroll down here. Okay, making sure that the catalog is not selected. Sometimes Facebook is a little glitchy. And on these enhancements, Oh, this is correct. So the catalog is the one that is turned off. So when I say turn on all enhancements, that is other than the catalog. So we do not want catalog ads running for anything generating leads or appointments. So, yep, so everything looks good. We have our image ad and our video ad in here. So now we're going to go into the ad set level. Interest 1. So we're going to scroll down and see what we have available. And we'll stay in this roofing niche right here. So detailed targeting, these are your interests. So let's see what they have available. Roofing. So we don't want people that are employers of roofing. Let's see what else they have. Roofing contractor interest. Okay. So we're going to highlight that. So people that are interested in a roofing contractor. And the website most likely means they have been to websites. I actually rarely see Facebook say website like that. So we're going to update the ad set name, publish. So what we're going to do here is we're going to run that at $25 a day. And then we're going to duplicate this with current settings. We're going to see what else is available that is similar to this. So we're just hitting suggestions based on this roofing contractor to see what else comes up that Facebook says is similar. So domestic roof construction. Say that could work. So we're going to use that as well. So we're going to delete this original one. And we're going to go change the name here. Another way you can do it too, instead of scrolling up, you can literally just click in here and then press enter. So you're just pasting in the names. So we can just do we can do a duplicate here. And let's just say we want 10 of these. So we want 10 copies, duplicate. So we're just going to start at the top here. And as opposed to searching from scratch, I like keeping one in there. You could even just keep that roofing contractor in there and then continue to hit suggestions. But this is similar as well. Let's see, roof shingle, home repair, maybe. It's a little broad, but I would say people that have interest in shingles, we're probably doing research on shingles, and that is why they fall into that category. So we're going to use that one. And again, we're just updating the titles. And we're going to go to the next interest, suggestions. Say people that are interested in a roof. And again, it's not going to be as specific as Google typically. But what typically works is using interest. What typically works is using interests that are similar to the product they are searching for. You can't even target if they were recently on Angie's List or anything along those lines. That's another thought. Like if they're on a specific website, if there's a specific website that they go to before they are interested in your service or around the time they're interested in your service or your offer, that is or a specific life event that they have. Those are other options you could think of too that are a little more outside of the box. So we're going to keep going here. Suggestions. Building material. Rain gutters. If you sell rain gutters, then yeah. Home renovation. Yeah, so it's like we're running out of ideas. And so we're going to have to start getting a little more broad here. So we're going to do home construction. And I don't typically like to get too far outside of that, outside of the service that we are specifically selling. I don't see it perform as well. But something that we could try here is to running out of roofing. First of all, let's try shingles. We already have roof shingle. So let's just say home buyer. So someone that just purchased a home or someone that is selling a home. They may not need a new roof, but they may need repairs. First-time home buyer. That's someone that's looking to purchase a home. Say home seller. And a lot of this takes searching to find keywords that make total sense to you. Home away from home. So I'm not saying, I don't know that I would target a first-time home buyer, people that are researching purchasing a home. I don't think it makes complete sense. Where on Google, you can target someone that just sold a home. It's much more time sensitive. So for this situation, because we're not finding other really relevant terms, we can leave this with just the terms that we have. So we're going to delete these other ones. So highlight all of them. Delete just the ones where we found an interest that makes sense for us. If you're looking to spend $300 a day, duplicate this 2 more times so you're at $300 a day. If you're looking to spend $1,000 a day, duplicate this 9 more times so that you're at $1,000 a day, and so on. This gives you a general idea how to approach a broader offer that is nationwide. Again, you can use broad audiences in here. I would test those, but most of the time when it comes to lead gen or appointment setting, we find much higher quality appointments and much higher quality customers. Even if your cost per lead or appointment is lower when you're nationwide, your cost per new customer is typically much higher because you have to go through so many more appointments to find the right person before they actually close. As opposed to when you're using a high intent interest, the cost per appointment may be a little higher, but your cost per new customer is typically significantly lower. And they're usually your ideal customers. But yeah, this is everything when it comes to, we're going to publish this real quick. We're almost there. I know some of you may be wondering, why aren't we doing retargeting here? Because retargeting is the ultimate thing when it comes to Facebook and what everyone preaches and what everyone talks about. So when it comes to ecom and selling products, retargeting is by far the bread and butter of it. But right now, I mean, we're spending tens of thousands of dollars a day and making our clients millions right now. A lot of them being service-based businesses, high-ticket offers, nationwide offers. We are seeing the cost per lead and cost per appointment be significantly higher when retargeting, and are not seeing those leads or appointments close at the same rate as people that convert when they first see your ad. So for us, we're actually just allowing them to see our ads. We're providing anywhere from 3 to 5 ads at a time typically, and we're allowing them to convert. We're allowing Facebook to decide when to show each ad to this customer in their customer journey. And so for customer A, it may be first the video ad and then the image ad, and then maybe one or more image ad that we have. For customer B, it may be they see 2 image ads and then they convert right away and they don't even need the video ad. Every customer has a different journey. And so having anywhere from 2 to 3 to 5 ads at a time gives Facebook the option to create multiple touch points for each customer. So essentially, Facebook is already doing its own retargeting within these campaigns. You'll begin to notice that when you click on a website, say you go to Nike's website, you will immediately start seeing ad after ad of shoes. So essentially, Facebook in itself is a retargeting machine. What seems to work more efficiently is allowing Facebook to retarget people after they are already on similar websites, as opposed to they saw your ad, they didn't click on it, or they did click on it and then didn't fill out the form on your website. They weren't convinced. Sending them back to your website repeatedly, most of the time, does not convince them. So we allow Facebook to do that retargeting for us. It works really efficiently for us. We absolutely love this approach that we just showed you here. We hope that it works great for you, whether you're a local business, whether you're a high ticket offer, whether you are a nationwide offer, or whether you're selling some type of digital product. If you're trying to produce leads and or appointments, these are the campaign structures that are working best for us right now on Facebook.